My name is Ethan Carter. I'm 24, and I swing hammers for a living in Portland, Oregon. Nothing fancy about my life. Just an old apartment in Montevilla, beat-up furniture from Craigslist, and calloused hands that know the weight of honest work. But sometimes, life throws you a curveball when you least expect it. It started with a phone call on a rainy October night. My best friend Josh's voice cracked through the speaker. My parents are getting divorced. Mom needs help moving this weekend. I didn't hesitate. I'll be there. What I didn't know was that helping Claire Monroe pack up 20 years of marriage would unpack something in my own heart I never saw coming. The morning, everything changed. Saturday arrived gray and heavy, like Portland always does when something important is about to happen. I pulled my old Ford up to the Monroe house, a place I'd been to countless times, but today it felt different. Hollow. Boxes lined the hallway like tombstones marking the end of an era. Claire stood in the kitchen, hands wrapped around a coffee mug like it was the only solid thing left in her world. Her usually perfect composure had cracks showing through, hair slightly mussed, eyes carrying the weight of sleepless nights. "Thank you for coming, Ethan," she said softly. Something in her voice made my chest tighten. This wasn't just Josh's mom anymore. This was a woman falling apart, trying to hold herself together with sheer willpower. As we loaded boxes into my truck, the rain kept falling. Each trip up and down those slippery steps felt like we were carrying away pieces of her old life. But it was the small moments that got to me. The way her fingers trembled when she handed me a box marked personal. The catch in her breath when she took one last look at the house. Then it happened. In the cramped kitchen, reaching for sugar at the same time, our hands too, quickened. Just skin on skin for a heartbeat. But something electric shot through me. Something I had no business feeling for my best friend's mother. The new beginning. Claire's new apartment was like stepping into sunlight after a storm. Bright, clean, full of possibility. As we unpacked, I watched her transform. The defeated woman from the morning was slowly being replaced by someone discovering her own strength. When Josh had to leave for work, suddenly it was just Claire and me. Moving furniture, hanging pictures, building something new from the pieces of something broken. "Do you ever feel invisible?" she asked me that afternoon, standing on her balcony overlooking the city. The question hit me like a punch to the gut, because yes, I knew exactly what she meant. We all wear masks, play roles, become what other people need us to be until we forget who we really are underneath. "You're not invisible," I told her, meaning every word. Some people just stopped looking. That's when I saw it. A crack in her armor. A glimpse of the woman beneath the perfect mother, the dutiful wife, the successful executive. She was beautiful in a way that had nothing to do with appearance and everything to do with courage. The secret. Days turned into weeks. Innocent coffee shop meetings became long walks through Forest Park. Fixing leaky faucets became cooking dinner together. Somewhere between helping her hang curtains and watching old movies on her couch, we crossed a line neither of us had planned to cross. The first kiss happened on a rainy Friday night, soft and careful, like we were afraid we might break something precious. We both knew it was complicated. The age difference, Josh. What people would think. But when you find something real in this world, you don't let it go just because it's inconvenient. For weeks, we lived in our own secret bubble. Farmers market Saturdays, quiet dinners, stolen moments when the world wasn't watching. It felt like playing house, except the feelings were dangerously real. The confrontation. Josh figured it out, of course. Best friends always do. "You're hiding something from me," he said one cold November day, his eyes hard as winter steel. The coffee shop showdown was brutal. 3 people around a small table, 20 years of trust hanging in the balance. Claire was brave. She didn't make excuses, didn't apologize for choosing happiness. "We didn't plan it," I said. looking Josh in the eye. But it happened, and it's real. He left without another word, and for a week, silence stretched between us like a frozen lake, too thin to walk on, too thick to see through. The choice. When Josh finally called me back, I expected the end of everything. Instead, I got something I never expected: understanding. "She's been dead for years," he said quietly. "But with you, she's alive again." The dinner where he brought sunflowers to his mother felt like a peace treaty signed in lasagna and red wine. Not perfect, but real. A family choosing love over convention, acceptance over judgment. The forever. Spring came to Portland like a whispered promise. On a bench in Washington Park, surrounded by cherry blossoms and new possibilities, I asked Claire Monroe to marry me with a ring that held a Portland pearl. Something beautiful born from pressure and time. She said yes through tears and laughter. And suddenly the whole world made sense. Our wedding was small, real, perfect in its imperfection. Josh stood as witness, declaring with a grin, "I confirm that my mother and my best friend have chosen each other. And if you hurt her, I'll deduct friendship points." The truth. Here's what no one tells you about unexpected love. It doesn't follow the rules. It doesn't care about age or timing or what makes sense on paper. It just arrives like Portland rain. Quiet, persistent, soaking into everything until you can't imagine life without it. Claire and I didn't promise each other forever. We just choose each other, every single day, with all our flaws and fears and hopes. Sometimes the best stories don't start with "once upon a time." Sometimes they start with "I need help moving," and end with two broken people finding a way to be whole together. The rain still falls in Portland, but now it sounds different, like possibility, like home, like the rhythm of two hearts that finally learned how to beat in sync. Sometimes you don't go looking for love. Sometimes you just stop long enough to let it find you. And sometimes that makes all the difference in the world.